Good evening, boys and girls. How are we doing? Welcome to Friday's Facebook Live. I'm here with you, having a chat and answering questions. Whatever you want to talk about tonight, it's going to be over to you guys. We'll have a bit of a recap on what we've been doing over the past week and a half. So doing this every night at 6:30. If you just coming to us for the first time, I'm doing this trying to keep myself sane, giving you guys something to watch, maybe some things to help you, things you didn't know, and answering anything you want. Okay, it's Friday, it's going to be extended, we'll go for a bit longer, maybe 45 minutes tonight. You tell me what you want and I will go through stuff as best we can. Okay, so welcome to the regulars. We're getting a nice little crowd coming in. So Tim Tadgell, Alan Shutt, hello. Martin Brandon, hello. Tom Jolly, hello. David Hume, hello. James Crane, hello. So these are all people that are coming back to watch me. I don't know why, time and time again, but we're doing this, and if you are enjoying it, then share it with people. Let them know what's going on. There is some benefit, I hope, in what we're doing and going over stuff. If you don't know it, then there's bound to be somebody else that doesn't know it. Or if you've got the question, there's bound to be somebody else that's got that question too. So don't be scared to ask. It can be anything tonight. I will try my best to answer as many things as we can. And you know what I'm going to say? That app. Download the app. If you haven't done that yet, I posted up today a little video of how it works. It is fantastic. It can help you with everything you need to do with your products, doing repairs, doing spares, doing the warranty, excuse me, our shop, quick guides, video guides. There is instructions on there, so everything you need to use our products is on that app, and you get the massive benefit of downloading it, filling out the registration and being entered into our prize draw. You know it by now. £780 worth of kit can be yours just by downloading the app, put it on your phone, registering, and you're automatically entered into that draw. You've got a few days left. Sunday at midnight the draw closes, and then we'll be announcing the winners, or the winner, sorry, next week. So that's a set of txi-Ds with a receiver in blue, with nightlight indication sets, with d-loks, with safeties, with the heavyweight in a black box for one of you lucky people out there. So get it done. Okay, just get it done, because if you haven't downloaded it by now, then you are missing out. So what have we got tonight? Let's have a quick look if anybody's got any questions to kick things off, and we'll see. Yes, Tim, I'm getting more fancy. I've got a lot of time to sort it out now. So yeah, camera and a bit of music on the background. We're getting there. I might even invest in a better webcam, because we had a few problems last night. So I don't want that to happen again. I'm trying to use my iPhone as the additional camera. Seems to be a bit here and there, but never mind. We'll see. We'll see. So Michael Hellstones, what's this? Thanks for the response. Reference setting up Delkims for pike fishing and drop back detection. Found the answer of the questions together with the video of your the app on the clip. Of the app, yeah, for the clip. Yes. Yes, Michael. So yes, we've done. What have we done this week? Just so you guys can remember. You probably remember better than me. But we went through the smart clip. I think we did that. So we had a demonstration on how that works. We've been through the old style receiver, how to use that properly. We've done how to set the RXD, the features on the RXD. We have done some sensitivity. That was the big one. We went through the whole thing on sensitivity, and somebody said, well, you haven't told me how to set the sensitivity. We did sensitivity response, I should say. So somebody said, oh, I didn't know you didn't go through on the old ones. It's the same. So response and sensitivity, the basic principles are the same. So however I set it up in there and was showing you how to set to stop false beeps, it relates to every Delkim we've ever made, because just to where's my little magic bit, because they've all got one of them in. Okay, so as long as they've all got one of them in, then whether it's a new one or an old one, the basic principles are the same. Do not put with false beeps, and make sure you set them correctly. They should not be going off all the time. If the slightest little breeze or whatever, you need to set them correctly so that that response or sensitivity on the old one, response on the new ones is set, so you don't get any false beeps, and you know then that you've got a fish, and you can set that correctly. So for the conditions that you're fishing, that can be done. So that's great. Richard Jacklin Home, I heard that you invested in a new machine that will seal the alarms. Tell me about it. How do you do test? And how do you do when you test the alarms if they are waterproof? Okay, so yes, we have. Well, to seal the alarms, it's what we've got is a automated robotic machinery that puts the weatherproof coating, or the waterproof coating as it is, on the circuit boards. Okay, so it's a robot. It puts it on the machine, so it's an acrylic coating and a spray. It puts it on the machine and covers it so that it is perfect every single time. We made a huge investment in that, and to you know, make that improvement, that big leap forward, to make them even more reliable in all conditions. So you know, they are waterproof for all conditions. You can't call it waterproof because they've got a hole in the bottom for a jack plug. So anything that's got a hole in, you can't say it's waterproof, but they are fully weatherproof, and they are sealed. The mouldings, we put them in rain chambers. So we have a rain chamber where we sit the alarms in a little little box, and it continually pours down on the alarms, and we had to do that. And we were checking then if there's any leaks in any places when we tweaked the mouldings, and we put O-rings in the controls, and we made sure that everything was as spot on as we possibly could to make sure that these alarms are digital range. Same with the EVD, we did exactly the same. And then we periodically check batches as we make them, because they're assembled by hand. They're sealed with a black sealant, a silicon sealant as well, to put the whole mouldings together. And mouldings sealed together, so you've got extra levels there. So you've got the waterproof robotic coating on the circuit board, and you've got the two halves of the mouldings are sealed together. So it's a much better moulding than our old one. The old one was well past its sell by date. I know, sorry if you own them, but it was well past its sell by date, and there were still good alarms. So these ones are massively step forward. I will hopefully next week be able to give you a little what's inside a txi-d. Okay, that's my plan. Take one apart, show you what they look like in the inside for those of you interested, what goes into putting one of them together, perhaps see how far we go on that. But that's what I'm looking to do next week, and hopefully as well go through some hangers as well. I think that's something that people might want to look. But anyway, let's hope that got to that one, that question there. If you just join us, hello. This is Facebook Live. We are answering your questions. You can answer each other's questions as well if you're all on the post there. So, you know, if you join us, I'm chatting, I'm helping you, I'm just answering your questions. If you've got something you want to know from me, I will answer that for you. Okay, this is a bit more of a free-for-all tonight in terms of, you know, even if you want to know about some products or anything, I've got things to hand I can show you. And then I'll start doing something again more structured next week. We'll keep this going for as long as I can find things that might be of interest to you to do. Hopefully you're finding it useful. It's keeping me sane anyway. So NASA saying good evening, good evening, good evening everyone. James Crane, hello. Why does the receiver flash white light now and again when I use it? Okay, Matt Gale, hello. That is the power on indicator. So if you've got a RXD, it has a power on indicator. So if you look at section 3.1 of your instructions, that is to tell you that the receiver is on, and it always starts with the white one. When you get an activation, it will then go to whichever one was the last alarm that you activated. and that tells you that the receiver is on, it's working. It has a little flash every 2 minutes, and because there's no switch, you can't see it's physically on. So that's what that is. And if you want to turn that off, just look at the instructions. I did show that last night as well. Was it last night? I think it was last night or night before. I'm getting confused now if we're doing so many of these. And I showed you how to turn it off. So you can turn that off and it will remember it if you don't like it, or you can keep it on if you find it reassuring. Some people do. It's like a blink on a smoke detector. It's that reassurance that it's still working. Some people find it useful, some don't. Okay. D Marsh, hello, one of our regulars. When clipping carb arms on, is it push down or pull up? Pull up. Delkim logo at the top, mate. So always have the Delkim logo facing up. Let me just grab a. Oh, shall I do something fancy? I'll try. Let's see. Let's get a carbon arm. I've got one. Would you believe there's not one hanging about? Where are we? I've got tons of them. Here we go. Right. Excuse me for a second. So it's not the right colour, but it's the one I've got to hand. So I'm going to switch cameras. So D Marsh, this is just for you. Here we go. So there we go. And if you can see there, oh, Delkim logo. There we go. All right. Always have it facing up, and then clip it on the front like that. So Delkim logo up. That's the same on the dual carbs or the slim carbs. Okay. So whether you've got the wide fitting or the narrow fitting, always have the Delkim logo facing up. That answers that one. Happy days. So Martin Brandon, still no email to confirm that my registration went okay. Okay, Brandon, Martin, I will have a look into that for you. We do have a problem with any Microsoft email addresses. For some reason, Hotmails and Lives, we are barred from, they won't let us through for some reason. I have no idea why. We've been trying for ages to get a workaround, but Hotmail in particular used to let everything through, and now they seem to block our domain. Gmail, everything else, not a problem. Hotmail's a problem. So if you have a Hotmail email address, that might be why that you haven't received an answer from us, but I will come back to you personally and let you know that you actually got the registration. Once it's on our system, it's fine. You know, it'll be dealt with. Don't forget, guys, if you have got the new digital ones, just so you know what we're talking about, there is an extended warranty if you go onto our website and register your products. So that's putting in your barcode, which is the 7-digit number inside the battery compartment or on the bottom of the box, making sure it's not the one put there by the shop. I'm desperately looking for a box. I haven't got an alarm open at the moment to show you. I have shown that as well. So it's inside the battery compartment, 7-digit number, serial number effectively. Put that in there. A picture of your receipt, not a picture of your products. So I still get sent through. Very nice. Thank you for people sending me pictures of your products fishing. I'm glad that you're using them, but that's not what's required as a proof of purchase. It is a receipt, please. But that's all you have to do. Then it's done. Then you get 3 years. I put my hand up there, didn't I? 3 years warranty, not 5 years. 3 years warranty. Okay, out the box they have 2 years warranty as standard. If you didn't ever register, you'd get 2 years. But with that registration, you get an additional year, and that's the same on the EVD, RXD, and the txi-d. So there you go. If you just joined us, hello, welcome. This is Facebook Live. We're having a little chinwag, going through some stuff, bit of an extended Friday catch up and overview of what we've been talking about. So if you have any questions about what you've seen this week, or anything that you might think would be useful for next week, so I can prep a bit more. You got any questions about the company, about me, about life in general, then, you know, pop it up here. I'll go through them and we'll try and cover as much as we can. Could you show me the latest bobbins? Gary Evans. Yes, I can show you the latest bobbins. You mean these little fellas. So these are our nightlight indication sets. So just to let you know, Monday I will definitely do this and do all our hangers. I have done this on a Facebook Live about a month ago, but we'll recap it I'll be able to do something a little bit more on the bench here as well. So I will show you how all four, because we've got a Nightlight Pro, ES indication set, Slim Lights indication set, and our new Nightlight indication set, which is the sort of the big brother of the Slim Light. So I will show you those on Monday, okay, and we'll get through that and we'll do a bit more of a piece on that so I can show you exactly what's going on. So Tim, again, one of our regulars, have you got anything else in the pipeline I could share? Oh, I could, Tim, but then I'd have to shoot you. So, you know, we're working on things. You know, we were working on the txi-d for 10 years, so things, we're not the fastest at making product, but we make it right. That's how we try to aim ourselves. You know, if it's not right, there's lots of things that haven't come to market, or lots of ideas that got put by the side, kicked into the long grass because you know, they just didn't work, or they weren't good enough, or they weren't, you know, they didn't move things forward. You know, we like to move things forward. The txi-d, we could have put whistles and bells on a TXI Plus and did this and did that, but we wanted to move things forward with byte indication, and that's where the digital signal processing came in, and the beep speed, you know, having those two separated, and the other features on the receiver as well, which help move things forward and make our whole alarm system better, not just, you know, whistles and bells basically. So but yeah, this range, digital range, is going to carry us forward for a while yet, mate. I think you'll be fine. It was a labour of love to get it there in the first place. So yeah, I've got no intention of doing anything major soon. Okay. After all this madness is over, would it be possible, Steve Sinclair, hi, all this madness is over, would it be possible to do limited edition of alarms like the optonic conversions? They would sell very well. I'm sure they would, to a certain community. Hello Alex Springer, welcome. Nice to see you do come in, friends of mine watching. We move forward, never move back. So that's how we do. No, we're not into doing, you know, specials and old stuff and reconditioning and doing, you know, what we do. We just make good quality byte alarms, and we want to keep moving forward. So yeah, well, let somebody else do that kind of stuff. Obviously we got stopped from making optonic conversions, so we won't be able to do them specifically, but yeah, we get asked, oh, can you do the old TXIs? Well, you can't get the parts for them, but you know, or in the new ones in old case, that's fine. You know, there's a small market for that, but you know, we're about moving forward. So sorry, that's not, you know, classic cars and all that kind of restoration is not where we're at. We're about moving forward, you know. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, Martin Brandon live email account. There you go. I won't read out your email address live on Facebook, but there we go. How long do I get to register the new alarms? Well, you get 2 years effectively. So as long as you cut the receipt, James Crane, you've got to provide that proof of purchase, that it was your alarm. So yeah, you know, you haven't got to do it straight away. I would suggest it's done sooner rather than later. But yeah, so you've got till the end of the 2-year warranty to try and claim your third one. We'll see how we go. Hello, Florent from Italy. Hi, how you doing in Italy? Wow, tough over there at the moment, isn't it? Hopefully they're breaking the back of it. Italy, Spain. Wow. Yes, let's, you know, fingers crossed that it doesn't get like that here, but who knows? It looks like we might be till the end of April sat indoors anyway, but we'll see. We'll see. Here we go. What else we got? I would love a bivy light to work with my RXD. Well, Dean, we've got the run light facility that we have, in which I showed Wednesday night on that. So that's where all the lights light up and come on. That was our version of a bivy light. You know, it lights up the bivy when you get a run. I don't know what more you want. We didn't think the idea of having another piece of kit to take with you on top of a receiver and your alarms and all the other bits that people take with us now was something that was really necessary. You know, a torch to read a book by, any kind of bivy light is going to have some kind of radio receiver in it to receive the signal and maybe be programmable and stuff like that. So you've got one, you've got a receiver. That's where we did toy with it, we've looked at it. It's just something that we just can't make work for any reasonable price that we're worth buying, and we've got that run light. So what would be the point? So that's where we're at the moment. Stephen Clare, yeah, here's for the reply. Oops, cheers. Yeah, okay, no problem. Romanians, hello Romanians, people from all over the place at the moment. So joining us. So if you are just joining us today, we are having a good old Chinwag Friday catch up. Just going through your specific questions and doing what we can to keep you guys informed and answer as many as you can. So where are we? Rusty Madden, can you turn the anti-theft off and stay off? So on the RX Plus Pro, you can set the anti-theft to stay off permanently. So and I can show you that now. I'm not sure which product you're referring to, but I can show you now quickly how to do that on the, let's just get it in my camera. Okay, so you can see that's an RX Plus Pro. So if I turn this on, that's the anti-theft on, where it does the da-da-da-da, and that's the starter. If I want to turn the anti-theft off on this style of receiver, I hold the button down on the back, turn it on, wait for the lights to light up, and then let go. That has now deactivated the anti-theft. So if I turn this off and back on again, it's cancelled permanently. On the RXD, you have to turn the anti-theft off every time you turn it on if you don't want anti-theft. So that confirms the anti-theft is on. The way to turn it off is just to hold 1 and 3. That's now turns it off for the whole of your session. And then when you turn it back on, it comes back on again. Just pressing those two buttons. It's very simple just to do that. So the reason for that is security. So if you forgot that your anti-theft is off and somebody takes your stuff, you'd be kicking yourself. So the default is always on, because we'd rather you were warned your stuff was being nicked than it disappearing without you knowing. Okay, Rusty, hope that answers that one. Where are we? Tim again, how many people have you got working for you? Okay, so Delkim is a family business. Okay, we have got people that work for us. I can't give you how many people work there, but we are a strong family business. We've got there is me, my sister, my 3 stepbrothers, my dad, and my stepmum, his wife. We all work, and are main players in the company. There's lots of other people that are involved as well. We're not a huge company. We do a lot with the people that we've got, but it is a true family business. So the people that you see at the shows are family, and that's where we get that strong core and that the values that we have as a business to help people and be there for people and offer that after sales care. The amount of effort that goes into our after sales care is probably as much as what goes into, in terms of time, is as much as what goes into building new products and selling it. We have a whole people dedicated to helping people. I'm helping people now with our after sales by doing this on social media. That takes up a lot of time. We're booking in returns, doing repairs, doing spares for free, all that kind of stuff. That's where we've always come from, offering people that kind of level of service. It comes naturally to us. I think it's where we started. Don't forget, was with optonic conversions. All those many moons ago. My dad and my mum, who sadly passed away many years ago, but they were getting people sending in alarms, booking them in, converting them and sending them back. So we've always had, from that point on, you know, a natural connection with people sending stuff in and dealing with them on a personal level. It's not been about just dealing with shops. So that's where that's come through, and it's just grown as Delkim has grown. We've still kept that ethos, for want of a better word, in terms of having that personal touch. You know, we're always happy to speak to people directly, and it's always better to speak to people directly, because it's, you don't get Chinese whispers when stuff gets back via shops. You know, shops do their best, but you know, they've got 101 products to deal with, and they don't always get the right information from the customer. Most of the time they do, but sometimes there's a bit of you know, it gets Chinese whispers and it gets lost in translation. So that's why we always prefer to send them back, then we can deal with you directly. It's always quicker, you know, and just bits like that really. So that's where our family bit comes from. So Rusty Madden, txi-d, okay, RxD, I showed you that on the receiver, anti-theft on off, it's there. Well, Naz Hussain, Lee, what's the best sensitivity setting that you would use while adopting slackline fishing, please? There's only one rule of thumb when you're fishing, and that's to set the highest sensitivity you can for the conditions that you're fishing, and response. You have to do that. You want to crank it up as much as you can, but what you don't want is for you to be getting loads and loads of false beeps. So if you're fishing slack lines, you know, you're going to need a reasonable amount, but it depends again on the weather. It depends on what kind of bobbing you've got once that slack's been taken up. You know, when we use, I'm just grabbing it, not quite the oh, I can show you on that. Okay, so if I just plug this in and I'll flick to my other screen, let me just do that now, and then you will be able to see what I'm talking about. Let me flick now and try and do this at the same time. So you can see, as I push that out of the way, so if I'm fishing slack lines with R hangers that are on a arm, then they can hang quite nicely without dragging in any dirt or anything like that, and they hang straight down, and then they're not going to flap around in the wind either. There's nothing blowing around. So hey, there's no hard and fast rule about, you know, there's no number, there's no magic. It is setting it for the conditions, and you've got to use a bit of common sense. You've got to, depends where you're fishing as well. Are you up against a snag? Are you open water? I assume you're probably up against a snag if you're fishing with slack lines. So you know, you've got to use a little bit of common sense, but I would always try and use as high a sensitivity or response, depending on what alarms you've got, high as response as possible, and then if you're getting false beeps, just back it off little bit by little bit. Hopefully that gives you some idea. I've done videos. There is videos on the app or YouTube about setting response and beep speed, and sorry, let me have a little drink here. So setting response and beep speed, as well as we've done something on here beginning of the week on setting the response and sensitivity. And I had a txi-d, and I said this at the beginning to you guys, but a txi-d setting the response is very similar to setting the sensitivity. It's still the same sensor, so it relates to whatever your alarms you've got. The fundamental rules apply. Okay. Let me go. Rusty Madden, will you ever bring out a clear case for the RxD? At this moment in time, we have absolutely no intention of bringing out a clear case. If you put a cover over the receiver, you can't use it. You can't press the buttons, you can't see the LEDs very well, you can't hear it, you'd have to cut a hole in. So there's no real benefit from having a clear cover, plus it's not straightforward just moulding the same one in clear, because there's all sorts of ribs and stuff in the inside, but it just doesn't lend itself, and there's no need for it. It's perfectly safe. It's going to sit on your table there. I don't see why a clear case is needed. just so you can see through it. It doesn't, you won't be able to use any of the functions of the buttons or anything like that. Are the quick release shoes easy to fit onto the alarm? That's from Alan Sharp. Well, yes. They just, and where will I get one from now? I'm going to have to try and show you quickly. Yes, I've got one here. Okay. Oh, I'm in. Let me get my little magic screwdriver, and I will show you what have I done with it. And I'll show you how to fit one. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. Bear with me. I've seen it down here somewhere. I said it's simple. I've lost my little screwdriver now. I might have to come back to you on that one. Where's all my screwdrivers gone? No, can't find me screwdriver to be able to take the back off. Have I got one that's got that? There's a back. You can tell. Ah, there it is. I knew I had one. Right. So let me turn this off. So Alan Sharp, just so that I'm showing you what to do. Okay. I'll do it on this one. So there's your screws. Okay, pretend this is a normal battery door, and all you have to do is undo your screws. I did show this earlier on in the week, but I'll do it again. So if you're just joining with us or sticking with us, thank you for your company. If you are liking what we're doing here, please like and share it and let other people know what's going on, so that we can spread the word, and then we can help as many people as we can get through this nonsense until we come back out the other side. So normally you'd have a bolt clamp and a normal bolt coming out the bottom of that. Okay, there will be, when you remove the battery door, you remove your bolt, and this is your D-lok. Hope you can see that there. It's always a bit wobbly. So you've got a little spring. I don't want to switch cameras just in case it cuts out, so I won't show. And there's your little pin. Okay, maybe I'll try and switch cameras and then try and show you with a close-up, so bear with me. Okay, there we go. There's your bits. So there's your D-lok. Okay, and there's my little pin, and I drop that in there. Make sure that the dome bit, it's got a flat, the flat face is the alarm, and there's a little dome bit there. Wait for it to focus somehow. There it is. Okay, and then you put your spring in the top. You squish that spring down, and then you just put it in that cavity. You can see that? So if you look, I've compressed the spring, so it's just sitting in there. And then what that's doing is pressing that. It's giving that some springiness as that clips onto your D-lok. And then you put your battery door back on, and then you just screw that into place. So it's just a direct replacement for your bolt. And the screw, you get a screwdriver in every alarm anyway, so you can use the ones that come with it, obviously. And you just screw that into place. That's it. You're done. So it's a doddle, really. For me, it's a doddle anyway. Doddle on there, and then I'll show you on another product. There you go, and you tighten that down with the Allen key that you get onto your bank stick, and then it just pushes on, clicks off. Pushes on, clicks off. Okay. Alan Sharp, hopefully that gives you some idea. It's pretty straightforward. What we got? Colin Moore. You was in South Benfleet years ago, wasn't you? That's where your mum and dad. Yes, Colin. So I'm originally, for my sins, an Essex boy. So Delkim started off down in Essex. So we were in Benfleet, and that's where we started doing the optonic conversion. So when I was young, we was in Essex, and then my dad worked in the shoe industry and was part of Rayleigh Shoes, a British Shoe Corporation, working out of Rayleigh Weir. I was born in Basildon. Still got lots of friends down in Southend Way. Hi, if any of you are watching. Probably not. They've got better things to do. But yeah, so I moved up here to where we are now, so Northampton. The shoe industry was still strong in Northampton. My dad got transferred up here, but that all went up the spout. The British Shoe Corporation had financial difficulties and all went up to pot. And then my dad decided that he was going to go it alone and do Delkim full time. So that's where it all went from, and now we are, you know, a strong family business. You know, one of the top bike alarms in the world. So that's where we got to, and that's where we came from. So yes, I am an Essex boy, and if I go down there, the accent comes back. It's not too bad at the moment, but if I start speaking to anyone, the old Essex twang starts coming back in. Hello, Annalie Lockhart Chapman. Hello, welcome. What are you doing on here? You must be bored. Wouldn't use slack lines while snag fishing. No, okay. But whatever you're doing, yeah, you got to set it correctly for however you're fishing. Kieran Dowling. Hi Lee, battery covers arrived from your spares depot, thank you. Okay, yeah, we got a few out before we left, so hopefully that got to you. We are still on shutdown. Everything is suspended, so hopefully we'll get back up and running soon and get that app down on your phone, and then we'll always get updated when we get back up and running. So who knows? I haven't seen the news today, kept away from it for now, but hopefully you guys have been enjoying what we're doing. I am trying my best to keep things entertaining. I'll have a bit more structured stuff coming beginning of next week. I'm putting some plans in as what we're going to do. Please keep telling me what it is that you want to know. So I've seen here that we want some hangers and some explanation on that, which we will do. And if there's any other features or functions or things that you need to know about, if I have to go over setting response again or sensitivity or beat speed, quite happy to revisit some things, but you know, it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. So you keep telling me what you want, and I'll keep trying to respond to it and build some structure like that. But yes, we'll do it what's inside a txi-d and show you what's in there, so you guys get an idea of what it takes to build one of them, I suppose, or at least a quick look inside one to see what's in there and what it comprises of. But that's about it then, I think. Just checking for a few more questions. Anybody's got anything else to ask me? Ask me now, or forever hold your peace, because I'm going to go and have a drink and try and enjoy my weekend as best I can. Hope you're going to enjoy yours. Thank you for all you people that have been watching. Thank you for the kind messages that people have been sending. You have been appreciating what I've been doing. It's a bit of fun, I must say. I've not done something as regular as this before, so hopefully you're enjoying it. Don't forget, you've only got a couple of days left to enter that prize draw. Don't miss out. All that kit could be yours. Over 780 quid's worth. Put a smile on somebody's face in these rubbish times. But for now, I think we're about done. I'll have one more check for any questions, but then I think we'll be saying goodnight and enjoying your weekend. That's it. So Dimas, thank you. We will be safe. We'll try and enjoy our weekend. Okay guys, thank you very much. Take care. Enjoy your weekend as best you can, and I will see you again Monday 6:30, and we will do hangers. Alright, take care. Cheers now. Bye.